we're back with our picks. Let's run it up real quick. Don't forget, subscribe, drop a like, all that fun stuff, and join our Pick'em League. All right, today, if you're watching this video, you still have time. It's completely free. Top of the description. Go put your picks in before the Thursday night game. But without any further ado, Thursday night game. We got the Panthers at the Houston Texans.
Without Tyrod.
Without Tyrod, yes.
Which
He
would have been the MVP.
Seriously, he was playing unreal. He was playing so well. And I had him on my fantasy team.
Second straight year, too. And he's being replaced by, again, a rookie. Justin Herbert was 6th overall pick. Davis Mills was like 66th. So not the same caliber.
We'll see what happens.
But,
yeah,
guy can't get
same scenario, I know. But, yeah, so week 3, NFL season. Carolina Panthers at the Houston Texans. I'm going to go with the Panthers.
Same here.
They have looked unstoppable.
Yep.
And my boy Christian McCaffrey is okay. Been confirmed. It was just cramps. Thank God. Yeah. He left in week 2 for a little bit, and I got nervous. But, yeah, he's good. That offense has everyone, and that defense is playing unreal. So.
Yeah, defense is playing pretty well. Only 21 points allowed in 2 games.
So,
granted, against Zach Wilson and Jameis Winston, but they're also going up against Davis Mills. So
yeah,
I mean,
exactly. So probably just going to keep the ball rolling, I think.
Yeah.
All right, that brings us to our first Sunday game. We have Washington at the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills bouncing back big, like I said last week. I called it. I said I wouldn't be surprised if it was a blowout.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Along those lines, I was absolutely right. Granted, Tua did get hurt, but I don't think it would have made that big of a difference, to be honest. But I'm going with Buffalo. Buffalo's beating Washington at home.
Yeah, is it at home?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If it's at home, I'm going to stick with Buffalo.
Washington, it's a good game. It's going to be a good game.
I see on this app 96% Buffalo.
Yeah, which is kind of disrespectful.
Washington defense hasn't looked very good.
They have not. I agree with that.
I do think that their defensive line, Chase Young has to pick it up. I think he only has. I think I heard he only has 4 pressures in 2 games. Which is
Chase
not
Young,
good.
yeah, dude.
But I mean, if he can pick it up, that D line. We saw the Bills get dominated by the Steelers D line. And I thought Washington's going into the year was a little bit better than the Steelers. I wouldn't say that at this point, just because, like I said, Chase Young has not lived up to it. But I could really see the Bills kind of struggling with this one unless Josh Allen kind of wakes up because he still hasn't looked good. I think last week he still had a bad game.
He looked all right. He only had like 2. He had 2, I think, passing touchdowns and 1 rushing.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up real quick.
So yeah,
17 of 33, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception.
Was one of the touchdowns a rushing? Or was it 2
He might have
passing?
had a rushing touchdown.
He did have a rushing touchdown.
He did not have a rushing touchdown.
Oh, he didn't?
Zach Moss had 2, Singletary had 1. And then he threw the other 2. So, yeah,
okay.
17 of 33
yeah, he
for
didn't
179.
Look that great. But the offense was just doing well, so.
56% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, only 450 yards in 2 games.
He hasn't.
Granted, against 2 good defenses, but he's facing another good defense here.
He's also.
I think this should be.
I think he'll be fine once he starts getting the rhythm again.
Yeah.
But.
So I'm gonna go with the Bills, but for Washington on this app only being 4% picked, I think a lot of people are underrating him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Granted, a lot of people could have the exact same thoughts as me, like, oh yeah, Washington's good, but probably not gonna beat the Bills.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah. Next game we have the Chicago Bears at the Cleveland Browns.
I just want to say these first 4 games: 9% picked, 4% picked, 8%.
Yeah, I know. It's like all one-sided.
9%.
One of these is gonna.
5%.
One of these is gonna be flip-flop for sure.
Geez, the first 6 games all under 10%. So.
Yeah. So Bears and Browns. I'm going with the Browns as much as I feel like the Browns have been struggling a little bit. They started off red hot against KC, and then the second half of that game, they just kind of let it slip through their fingers. I said that last week as well, or a few weeks ago. And then last week against Houston,
they were down early.
They were down, and then if Tyrod Taylor didn't get hurt, I think we might be looking at a different outcome. Yeah. To be honest, I do. So I think they're gonna win, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a close game.
Yeah, I think Justin Fields' first game. I think this is going to not.
That's a good point too.
Most likely first game. I assume
Nick Foles. There's a lot of rumor he could start. No.
Honestly, might not be a horrible decision.
It might not be a horrible decision.
Not Zach Wilson. Justin Fields made that pretty bad read.
Yeah.
First game, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the Browns as well.
Okay. After that, we got the Ravens at the Lions. I want to see the Lions win again. Or win a game at least, but I don't think it's going to be against the Ravens. So going with the Ravens here. Their rushing game is completely dominant. Lamar Jackson looks like a absolute menace on the field. Yeah. He's like untackleable. I swear.
No,
he is so agile. It's sickening.
And even when he gets tackled, he's so good at just like kind of twisting his body at the last
So
second.
he doesn't
to
even
not
take
get
an
hit.
impact. Yeah, like it's
like the guy just kind of touches him.
It's awesome. Like watching him is just unreal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going with the Ravens for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Next game is the Colts at the Titans. Colts are out without Wentz again.
Most likely.
Most
it hasn't
likely.
been confirmed yet, but I mean,
most likely. And even if he comes back, he hurt his ankle, so like it's gonna be real tough as a quarterback to kind of stand. Yeah. We'll see. I don't think anything right now with the Colts, especially if Wentz is out. They look good against Seattle, but I'm going with the Titans for sure.
3-point loss with a chance late in the game to win that. No, that was the Rams. They lost by 3 this week.
Oh shit, that's what I meant. Yeah, the Rams. They look really good against the Rams. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I'm also going to pick Tennessee just because I think Wentz will be out. I mean, 2 sprained ankles, I assume, is going to be a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But I will say, if Wentz plays, I would switch. I would take the Colts this game if Wentz is playing.
Really?
Yeah. I think the Colts are 0-2, but they've played 2 really good teams.
Really close too.
Wentz is they lost by like 9 or 12 to the Seahawks. It was a 2-possession game. I think it was 26-17. But
oh, you're right. It might have been
Wentz is still getting acclimated, obviously, with his receivers. Not necessarily the offense because he's played with Reich before, but more his receivers. Especially Paris Campbell was there week 1, not there week 2. T.Y. Hilton's still, I think, gonna be out for 6 weeks actually, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe 3 weeks, 3 or 6. I can't remember. But either way, Titans have not looked that great. Derrick Henry had a huge game in the second half, but the Colts have a much better front 7 to stop him there. They're not. I don't see them giving up 200 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns like the Seahawks did, who don't have a good front 7.
That is I can't believe it.
And Tannehill has not looked good.
Nope.
So, I mean, he's looked fine, but
he's fine. Yeah, but like he hasn't.
So yeah,
last year he did way better.
If Wentz is in there, I'm gonna take the Colts, but the drop off from Wentz to Eason is pretty substantial. So,
nah, they're about the same, bro.
So I'm gonna say the Titans.
All right. Next game is actually the Chargers at KC. I'm going with the Chargers. No lie. KC's amazing, obviously, but I think they did it last year. I think they can do it again.
When do we start to hit the panic button on the Chargers offense? Only 17 points against Dallas, and they only put up 20 the week before. I mean, again, Washington should be a good defense, but the Giants put up 29, and Chargers can only put up 20.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think it was.
Can't even find that game.
You're right, dude. The Cowboys' defense is not that great, and they should have put up more. But.
Yeah, they've scored. I mean, they have the 6th most yards, 4th most passing yards, and they're the number 1 team in third down percentage. So I don't understand how they're not scoring more. I guess it's red zone.
I don't know, actually. It's a really good point.
37 points in 2 games.
But listen. Stats aside, I have a gut feeling. I think the Chargers could pull this off.
Yeah.
Turn a lot of heads. So I'm going with the Chargers here against KC.
Yeah, I think in KC, I'm going to stick with the Chiefs, but I do think the Chargers. I like the Chargers coming into the year. I think I had them as a playoff team. I think like 10-7, 11-6.
I think we both did.
So, but I'm going to stick with the Chiefs in KC.
Okay. All right. Next game is the Saints at the Patriots. This is going to be a good game. I don't know what they're going to do as quarterback because James Winston showed that.
I mean, he had one bad. He didn't even have like a bad game.
It was just funny that everybody.
It's not like Alvin Kamara was moving the ball.
No, he had like 7 points. He only had, or I think he had like 7 points fantasy. I'm thinking, but 50 yards rushing.
Kamara had 8 carries for 5 yards.
Wait, we only had 5 yards rushing.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Holy.
James was their leading rusher.
How many receiving yards did he have?
25.
Holy shit.
On 4 catches.
Dude, that's awful. Oh my god.
I'm going with the Patriots in this one. I'm
going with Patriots too, for sure.
I think they're the type of team that's going to make it tough, especially without. I mean, Callaway had a lot of hype going through the preseason. I was saying coming and going, coming through the preseason, going through the preseason, whatever you want to say. But he has not looked like he's doing anything. Deontay Harris had 1 big catch, but that was it. You know, I mean, just Kamara's their only guy. Teams are just stacking the box and telling Jameis like, who are you gonna throw it to? Little Jordan Humphrey, like.
Hell yeah.
So, and the Patriots obviously with that defense.
Yeah, no.
And Belichick.
But yeah,
this one's. I mean, I like Sean Payton too.
No, I feel like the Saints have a solid team. They just have to be able to do more in the pass game.
They needed playmakers. Like that was kind of their thing coming into the year was they were low on playmakers, and then it got announced Michael Thomas out 6 weeks, and Tre'Quan Smith to the IR.
Once Thomas comes back, they'll be more of a threat.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, we're both going Patriots here. Next game is a battle of the 0-2s. We got the Falcons at the Giants. I'm gonna go with the Giants. I think they get their first win. Falcons still don't seem like they actually played kind of well against the Buccaneers, but again, I don't know if the Buccaneers are necessarily trying their hardest.
Well, there was a close game until Matt Ryan, unluckily, threw two. They were both batted at the line of scrimmage.
Wasn't it?
I don't know if it was back-to-back or back-to-back drives. It might not have been back-to-back plays. I can't remember. But both of them
what was the crazy stat?
Edwards.
There was like 3 back-to-back picks.
Oh, Joe Burrow.
Was it Joe Burrow? Okay. Yeah, that's the next game we're going to talk about.
But yeah, I mean, their Falcons were kind of moving the ball. That was actually a guy I was going to shout out in yesterday's video about like fantasy not breakouts, but fantasy guys was Cordero Patterson having 2 touchdowns, 12 touches, like 80 yards, like kind of being a spark plug of sorts.
Unreal.
But yeah, no, I mean Matt Ryan was moving the ball. I think the back-to-back possessions had interceptions returned for touchdowns on like batted passes. So I mean, you can always say quarterback like maybe don't throw it, like try to make a better throw. I don't know, but I mean kind of unlucky that they both get batted into the air and intercepted, which is not a common play.
Yeah, anytime a ball is batted, that kind of sucks. But
because a lot of times it still gets batted down or to nowhere. So the fact that 2 in a row went to the same safety return for a touchdown.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
But I agree. The Giants have looked good last week against a good defense.
Decent,
the Falcons' defense is not good. 32 points to Philly. They gave up 80 points in 2 weeks. Granted, 14 of them were, like I just said,
garbage time, basically.
Defensive touchdowns, I'm saying. So really only 66, but hey, 66 points isn't good
either.
It's
a lot, bro. That's a lot.
So I'm gonna go with the Giants here.
Okay, me too. All right, next game we got the Bengals at the Steelers. I'm gonna go with the Steelers. As much as I want to pick the Bengals, they did not look good at all against the Bears. I'm going with the Steelers. So.
If that Bears D-line can pressure Joe Burrow like that, boy.
I feel bad for Joe Burrow this week.
They better have a lot of quick read passes set up for him, because this could get ugly quick.
Oh yeah.
But
no Deontay Harris
Deontay
Johnson.
Steelers offense still sucks.
Yeah, they're so bad.
They had the punt return touchdown against the Bills. So I think other than that,
it wasn't even a punt return. It was a block. Yeah.
But either way, they've only scored 30 points on offense in 2 games against the Raiders and Bills, who are not supposed to be very good defenses.
Yeah.
So.
No, I don't. The Steelers offense is like, feels like they move in slow motion, to me.
I'm actually gonna pick the Bengals here because I think they can put up 20.
I love it.
I think Burrow's a good enough quarterback. That offense is good enough to put up 20 points, and I don't know if the Steelers offense can.
You know what, dude? I'm gonna go with the Bengals too. Bengals, we're riding the fucking train. Fuck the Steelers. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going with the Bengals too.
They've got so many shiny weapons, but
on offense,
but like I don't know. Like I haven't been able to watch too much of it, but I don't know if it's Ben or the play calling, or I know the offensive line is not good, but I don't know if it's between Ben or the play calling. But 30 points with all those guys on offense: Claypool, Johnson, Juju, Harris.
Deontay Johnson might not play though. He's
cool,
I think day to day. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the Steelers defense is really good. So if they're gonna win this game, it's because they get a defensive or special teams touchdown.
Yep. Or they just
or force a few turnovers like Burrow had last week.
Exactly.
But again, there's 3 back-to-back plays, and then otherwise he looked all right. So.
Okay, looks like we're both going Bengals. Upset. Here we go. Next game we got Cardinals at the Jaguars. Don't even need to talk about it. Cardinals. MVP.
Urban Meyer won't be there by week 9.
You think he'll be fired that early?
I think he'll leave. There's already talks of USC wanting him. He's saying,
no. I think I do remember seeing that.
He's saying, no, I want to build an organization here. But, dude,
you suck.
He's going to be 1-5, and USC's going to be saying, like, we'll give you the same exact contract you got in Jacksonville.
Oh, my God.
What do you think he's going to do?
Yeah, and MVP Murray is here, so.
Yeah. Like, their defense isn't good, I'll say, but, I mean, they do have Josh Allen, who's a good pass rusher. They do have Shaquille Griffin. Whichever one has both hands. Between the Griffin brothers. I think that's Shaquille. They have him, who was a very good corner for the Seahawks. They got C.J. Henderson, top 10 pick last year. Miles Jack, one of the best linebackers in the league. So, like, they have some pieces on defense to the point where you shouldn't be looking this bad. And then Trevor Lawrence, 5 picks in 2 weeks. And, I mean, watching some of his highlights, you see the throws that he can make. So, I don't know if it's him reading stuff wrong or if Myers' play calling just sucks. But, I mean, they have a decent receiving core, too. I mean, Marvin Jones, Chark, and Chenault, you can get a lot worse than that. Yeah. Especially James Robinson in the backfield, like, pretty solid.
And James Robinson hasn't done much either. The rushing game has been...
So, I mean, I didn't think the Jaguars were going to be good by any means necessarily, but they looked horrible the first 2 weeks. Like, I didn't think they were this bad.
And they have some good weapons, so I'm surprised they haven't.
I'm putting a lot of this on Urban Meyer just because I don't think Trevor Lawrence is this bad.
No, I don't either.
But I'm going with the Cardinals because...
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Cardinals. It should actually be 100% to 3. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Or 100% to 0. But, all right, so the next game we got the Jets at the Broncos. Zach Wilson's about to play another really good defense, so I'm going with the Broncos here. Teddy Bridgewater's looked awesome.
Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater's been very efficient.
Yeah,
he's been exactly what the Broncos were hoping he would be when they traded for him. And
Looks
the Panthers are paying him $17 million to do this for the Broncos.
Really?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I just because I do kind of like the Jets, I really want to pick them here. But I like the Broncos defense. Obviously not as good as the Patriots, so I don't think they're going to force four turnovers like they did it. Zach Wilson had against the Patriots. But I think the Broncos offense right now is a little ahead of the Patriots, just because of weapons.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the Broncos in Denver.
The AFC West is unreal.
Yeah, especially because the Raiders have been good. Both Wests, dude. The NFC West ain't no joke either.
They're insane. We have the Raiders and Broncos tied for first right now in that division, followed by the Chiefs and the damn Chargers.
Jesus, yeah.
Holy! At the end of week 3, we could see KC last place.
Yeah.
If the Chargers win. Wow.
So
could you imagine?
Between the NFC and AFC West, the only 3 teams with a loss are the Chargers, Chiefs, and Seahawks.
That's like the West Coast is unreal.
That's 13-3.
Wow. They are nice.
Yeah.
I think we said that in the beginning too. One of our first episodes.
I said the NFC West. I didn't see the AFC West being this good.
I didn't either.
I didn't think the Broncos offense. Granted, it's not been against good teams just yet, but I didn't think their offense would look this kind of efficient.
Yeah.
And did not see this out of the Raiders, especially the defense.
Yeah, no, dude, it's awesome to watch. It's awesome to see, honestly. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Speaking of the Raiders, we got Miami at the Raiders, and 2 is out. That Miami kind of took a big hit, big hit for them. I'm going with the Raiders here. I think they're just going to keep the momentum rolling.
I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
Nice.
I don't think Brissett's too much a step back from Tua. Will Fuller's there. I don't know if that helps so much just because neither of the quarterbacks are kind of big arm guys. But at least it keeps the defense more honest. It kind of opens up space underneath for...
Their rushing game has been obsolete this year so far with Gaskin. Oh, yeah. But it's just, yeah.
I mean, Will Fuller in there to at least opens up the offense. Now you got Jalen Waddle, can really use him wherever you want. The guy's got legit 4.3 speed, quick as shit, so you can use him in long balls. You can use him underneath and open up space there with Fuller going deep now. And then this defense obviously is still really good. They give up 35 points to the Bills, but, I mean, the Bills' offensive numbers didn't look that good. Nope. It's just the fact that Miami
It was like big plays. It was 2 big plays that basically put them up 14-0.
Yeah, I know it was whatever his name is, Singletary's 47-yard touchdown or something like that.
Yeah, and then Emmanuel Sanders had like a 40-yard pass to the 5-yard line.
Oh, okay, so Josh Allen, they had like 200 passing yards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously they weren't throwing all over him. I doubt they were running all over him. So, I mean, Miami...
good field position. There was a lot of...
Miami only gave up 314 yards.
Well, yeah, so a lot of the touch... Or, like, scoring possessions started at the 50 or, like, in Miami territory. They were basically turning the ball over, like, a bunch of times, or... They were stopping on 4th and because they were down by 20 points, so they have to go for it on 4th down. They basically kept stopping them. So
yeah, I'm gonna go with Miami in this game. I know I've been hyping up the Raiders, now I'm picking them against them, but I like this matchup for Miami to try and get things. I want to see back on track, even though they're 1-1. They kind of stole one there against the Patriots with a lucky forced fumble, which is a very random thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's very few guys in the league that constantly force fumbles. Yeah. So.
Okay. Next game, probably the game of the week. We got Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Rams.
In LA.
This is going to be a good game. I'm actually very excited to watch this one. And I am going to go with the Rams. I think the Rams are going to win. Brady has been looking like he's 25, but I like Stafford and that offense, but also their defense is really good. This could be a great game. This is gonna be a great game, honestly.
I want to pick the Rams too, but I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers for 2 reasons. One, just so that we have a different pick in here finally. And 2,
have we picked every single one the same?
I think so. And no, Raiders. You took Raiders. Okay. So I forgot that one, which was the very last one actually. But the second reason being Antonio Brown. I mean, they've got Jalen Ramsey and Darius Williams to guard Godwin.
Mike Evans and Godwin.
Yeah. I mean, Williams is only 5'9", so maybe they put him on AB. But I mean, who's going on the other guy? If I'm them, I'm leaving Mike Evans most wide open. Like he's the one I'm least worried about between those 3 guys. So, but either way, you're leaving a top 25 receiver, like against a not very good corner every single play. So I think there's going to be more of a mismatch there than there will be with the Rams against the Bucs. But man, I like McVay as a coach, and it's in LA, so fuck. I'm going to go with the Bucs, but this should be a really good game.
I'm excited for this one for sure. All right, next game we got the Seattle Seahawks at the Vikings. I like the Seahawks in this one, but I am going to go with the Vikings. I think they're going to get a win finally. They're 0-2. One was a tough loss against the Bengals, and then last week, another really tough loss against the Cardinals.
Yeah. They lost by combined 4 points, including an overtime
yeah.
and a missed field goal, too.
I think the Vikings finally win a game. They're going to win. Even though we're only in week 3, I say finally like that. But I'm going with the Vikings here. They got to get the win here. That's my pick.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have to win, obviously. I mean, you don't have to, like you said, it's only week 3, but you start out 0-3, especially with 2 tough losses that early on.
And aren't they in a...
The division's not that good.
Oh,
Packers, Bears, and Lions.
Bears and Lions, yeah.
Still,
you don't want to be down. You don't want to be 0-3 start the season. I think they're gonna win this game.
Who did the Seahawks lose to? They just lost this week, right?
Titans.
That's right. Derrick Henry ran for a million yards.
Derrick Henry took them to the freaking schoolyard.
Yeah, I mean, as good as the Vikings running game is, I know Dalvin Cook got hurt a couple times. I think it was just like kind of
banged up.
Yeah, like twisted ankle type stuff, nothing major. But still something that could kind of slow him down. Oh man, I'm gonna go with the Seahawks in this one. I just don't think their secondary and pass rush does enough to slow down Russell Wilson. I think this is kind of another 30-27 game that the Vikings
big scoring
are on
game
the short side of. And, I mean, especially with that kicking game, I feel like this is another game that's going to come down to a field goal. And whether it's them missing it or maybe they miss one in the first quarter or miss an extra point, something's going to go wrong for them. So I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
Yeah, they need to do something with that kicker in Minnesota.
Yeah.
But, okay, nonetheless, next game, pretty good one.
50-50.
We got the Green Bay Packers at the 49ers, and on the app it says 50-50. I'm going with the 49ers.
This is another tough one.
I think last night against the Lions, you can't really look too much into that Packers offense.
What?
I feel like you're playing the Lions defense. They were going to put up a lot of points against a not-so-good defense. I mean, I'm not saying the Packers' defense or the offense isn't that good, but I just think against a better defense in the 49ers, they're not going to be looking – they're not going to – Aaron Jones isn't going to rush for 4 touchdowns.
Well, he technically only ran for 1. He caught 3.
Whatever. He's not going to have 4 touchdowns is what I meant to say. But either way.
I'm going to go with the 49ers because the Packers' defense has not looked good. They only gave up 17 last night, but I know there was one drive where the Lions were moving the ball, had a couple big penalties that pushed them like 30 yards back or something like that, or maybe 15 yards and a sack or something like that.
They had like a long third down or something like that, right?
So, yeah, and that was early on for the Lions to take, I think, a 7 or 10 point lead. But, yeah, I just don't think the Packers have looked that good. Like you said, the offense moved the ball, but they're kind of expected to. The defense is the side that needed to kind of show up, and they haven't, in my opinion, so far. So I think the 49ers could potentially rush for 200 yards this game, especially without the injury to Zadarius Smith, the Packers' number 1 pass rusher.
Back,
yeah, he got hurt week 1. I don't know how early, but so he didn't play at all last week, and we kind of saw Jared Goff almost picking them apart early on, especially. I know the announcers were saying at some point in the second half that they were kind of learning and using other guys on first, second down against the run.
Yeah. And
then letting Rashawn Gary and Preston Smith play on third down more. But no, I like the 49ers for this game just because, like I said, the running game against the Packers defense, it hasn't looked good so far.
Well, even if they can't get it going on the ground, which I don't see them having an issue with, Green Bay Packers, if Aaron Rodgers is slinging the ball, San Francisco can throw it. They got a bunch of weapons. So Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Kittle, and they do a bunch of. Shannon does a lot of different like schemes and stuff. So like he's gonna, they'll score somehow. They'll find a way. But that brings us to our Monday night game. We got the Eagles at the Cowboys. What are you going with, buddy?
You go first.
Cowboys.
What's the reasoning?
Cowboys. Listen, they're coming off a big win against the Chargers.
They beat the Chargers.
Yeah, even though it wasn't like
it
wasn't like that good of a game.
Yeah.
But I will say they kind of etched it out. Like they barely got it.
Yeah.
But we've seen what they can do against a pretty good defense with the Buccaneers. They can compete. Tony Pollard looked amazing.
Yeah.
Zeke looked a little better. But yeah, I'm going with the Cowboys. I think the Eagles. I don't know. I'm just not a big believer in the Eagles, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I'm going with Cowboys here.
So I'm actually going to go with the Eagles. One, obviously being a homer pick, but two, the Eagles defense. I don't know if I ever said it in one of these videos, but I know I've been saying it to like friends for like a month or so now. I thought the Eagles defense was underrated and had a chance to be a top 10 defense because the addition of Steven Nelson and Anthony Harris in the secondary. I mean, they have a decent free safety with Rodney McLeod. Addition of Anthony Harris, strong safety. Darius Slay's a solid number one, and Avonte Maddox, rookie year, was a good slot corner. And then just because we had nobody else, we were playing him outside at 5'9", 190, and he was just getting kind of dominated on the outside. So getting Steven Nelson from Pittsburgh and moving him to outside corner number 2, Maddox back to the slot, and then obviously the Eagles D-line. Sucks they lost Brandon Graham for the year. That's a big worry because he was one of the best defensive linemen in football last year. But, I mean, they still have Josh Sweat, Derek Barnett, Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave. So they have a really good D-line to obviously take a step back now with a at worst average secondary. 17 points to San Fran and 6 points to Atlanta. I mean, those teams' other two games, Falcons put up I think 25 on the Bucs, and the 49ers put up 41 on the Lions. So I mean that's 66 points versus the Eagles allowing 23. So I think their defense looks good. Offense doesn't look good, but I don't know. I think the 49ers are better, obviously a much better defense than the Cowboys. Amari Cooper is Jerry Jones is hopeful Cooper will play, which to me means he's at least going to be banged up. Gallup's already out.
They don't really have much weapons. But
what's his name? DeMarcus Lawrence, best defensive player in the Cowboys. He's out for like 2 months or something like that, so he's obviously not going to play. I don't know. I just see this as a game where the Eagles win in the trenches. The Cowboys' offensive line is obviously spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Zach Martin, dude, what a beast, man. He comes back and just dominates. Like
I saw he was the top graded offensive line in the league last week.
Oh, dude,
You know who's number 2 though? Eagles left tackle that's been playing football for 3 years.
Nice.
Didn't allow a single pressure by Nick Bosa.
Nice.
Nick Bosa had a sack, but in the replay it's like Mulata's just kind of blocking him, and the defensive tackles push Hurts into him. So Bosa got the sack, but it wasn't him.
Yeah, Zach Martin is unbelievable.
So yeah, Jordan Mailata's looking really good for the Eagles. But yeah, I think the Eagles' offensive line dominates the Packers' defensive line. And between Hurts, Miles Sanders, Kenny Gainwell's looking good. Obviously, the 2 tight end sets that they'll have a lot of. I think the Eagles will be able to just kind of nickel and dime the Cowboys down the field.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, Cowboys' offense is obviously better, but I think the Eagles' defense is
Jalen Hurts hasn't looked bad.
He did nothing last week. He was horrible last week.
No, I'm just saying
he was like 12 or 23.
Week 1 he looked all right.
Yeah, against Falcons. All look good against the Falcons.
All right, listen. That was a Jalen hater. I'm also not on the Jalen bandwagon, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, he just hasn't done anything against good teams. He looked good against the Falcons. That was like his only good game of his career, and it's the fucking Falcons. Yeah, he was 12 of 23 last week. 190 yards, but
He's
90
nasty.
of them, 90 of his yards came on one pass play to Quez Watkins.
Oh, that's right.
So take that out. He's 11 of 22 for 100 yards.
He's cracked.
He can run the ball, though. 10 for 82.
Can run the ball.
But, yeah, I think, like I said, Eagles' offensive line will dominate the Cowboys' defensive line. I feel like Cowboys are a team that doesn't show up on primetime games. I could be completely wrong about that because I'm just
Daniel Jones doesn't show up on primetime games.
Kirk Cousins doesn't show up on primetime games.
That guy's 0-5. Daniel Jones 0-5 in primetime games. Unlucky, man. I
know he was 0-4 in primetime, 4-0 against Washington, so it was like something.
One of the stats is gonna slip. So.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna go with the Eagles in this one in a close game, but I'll stick with my team just because it's gonna be a close game. So.
Damn. All right. That concludes the Weekly Insider. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, drop a like, subscribe, and enjoy some football. We will see you guys Wednesday and Thursday for next week's Weekly Insider.
Mm-hmm.
And join the Pick'em League. All right. Peace.
See you.
I don't have a hat. I would have thrown it up with. But bye.